Let's just start off with for the reasons for why you feel that traditional ad agencies are dying, or we can also expand that to why the vast majority of freelancers agencies never really get to levels of sustainable success.
Oh, where do you start with that question? I think there's two key components to that, and it's the foundational bit. It's the
Yeah,
lifestyle versus entrepreneurial. You mentioned what was it? 75% of people don't. They're earning less than 5K a month,
that-
um,
that's right.
which is okay. If you're in that lifestyle business where you want to get enough work to pay you 60 grand a year or 100 grand a year, whatever it is, then that's perfectly okay if that's your long-term vision, if that's your goal. And we should not look down on people for doing that.
No.
The entrepreneurial path is completely different because the ultimate goal is to offload the work. If you're on the lifestyle, typically you're doing the work. Entrepreneurial, you're typically building a business, hiring people, putting a process together for it. So I think people get stuck, sometimes not knowing which way they should go and why, and
Yeah.
sitting in the lifestyle component where it's like, "Oh, okay, I'll just freelance or consult or whatever, or contract. Because that agency thing sounds a bit risky. I've got to hire people. I don't want to hire people. And I think it's that step. It's quite a big step. Can be quite risky, especially if you have to give away a big portion of your revenue to hire. And it's not for everyone. So I get that. So that answers that component. And then apologies to everyone. I've got a tickly throat today. So if I keep clearing my throat and I'm annoying you, just mute where I'm talking and look at Aaron.
Uh,
um,
that's what my editor will do later anyway. So we'll get rid of as much as we can. And he's promised that he'll make us both look at least 5 years younger. So
Christ. You have to get rid of all of me. So on agency forward, you mentioned that I say agencies are dying in my sales pitch,
yeah,
traditional agencies, and essentially it's in the pitch video, it's in the Gumph text. It's a little bit hyperbolic, but I also think it's true and it's relevant to this day and age. Simply because we can't ignore the fact that the ad platforms are trying to automate us away. They're trying to squish
yeah,
the component that is the Google Ads Manager. Facebook's doing it, everyone's doing it. You then have the concern of heavy automation in the industry, AI, which is it's okay, but it's getting better. It's getting better. And at what point does the AI get so good that it strips out the button pushing? So if you're only doing button pushing for everyone, you're essentially doing nothing in the very near future because that can be
mm,
automated away. So my take, and look, by the way, I made this mistake. My agency is lead gen and ecom. We essentially work with many different industries. So I used to say we're a Google Ads specialist agency. There's nothing special about what we do. Like I'm literally holding my hands up because we
yeah.
aren't talking to specific audiences. We aren't saying insurers, we literally work with you and we have a process for you. And that's where people should head towards because it simplifies it as well. It's the old niching down, but I have a solution that's more than just niching. But in principle, it's
Yeah.
talking to one or two specific audiences that you work really well with. And not just in Google Ads, but controlling the whole, be it ecom or lead gen process for them. So you become essentially integral to their business, not just the Google Ads guy or gal. So you're not like, oh, I'm a
Yeah.
specialist at Google Ads. It's the all the additional components, all the different pillars that support that. So it's niching in the niching, but with specialisms that are prescribed
Yeah.
specifically to get the best outcome for that industry, not just doing everything.
One of the comments I'd probably like to pick up on and just reinforce in there, and you spoke about your personality. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people, I guess, don't appreciate. And that's the whole thing. If they'll see an idea from Ed, they'll see an idea from Aaron, they'll see an idea from someone else, and they go, well, that's the way to do it. I've always tried to, when I was forging my own path into freelancer, I more worked around, like for me, what I really loved is I got into Google Ads because we started our own business and we didn't have money for a marketing agency. So I had to figure out how to use Google Ads for me. So for me, it was always about how much am I spending and how much is my business growing. So every sales pitch that I went through, that was the problem that I wanted to solve. So when I came to start pitching to clients, that's what I always spoke about. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people, I guess, shy away from is that you don't have to be a seven-figure agency. You don't even have to hire people. It's really looking at what do you want this agency to look like and what skills can you best serve the marketplace is where I think I've always tried to sort of encourage people to really focus on.